Hi, my name's Kyle Lyon. I'm a pre-sales engineer here at Solutions PT, and today we're following on from our previous Tech Byte sessions on Aviva Insight. So over the course of these sessions, we've been over just some of the wide benefits that the Aviva Insight platform can bring to an enterprise by providing multi-site aggregation, visualization, and collaboration, capturing and visualization of key KPIs such as OEE metrics, and the potential for leveraging powerful machine learning and AI tools to optimize our processes. However, sometimes getting a secure and reliable connection to the cloud to enable these features is difficult if you don't already have the existing network infrastructure. Things like segregated IT/OT networks, firewalling, and demilitarized zones that are all good security practice aren't necessarily things that every industry already has in place or feels like they need. Equally, many sites may have pieces of equipment that aren't on the OT network, HMIs or other black box assets that they want to get data out of, but they're not quite sure the best way to do so. So that is where we came up with the plant portal concept. So the plant portal concept is designed to address a few things. First of all, it's designed to, at its core, get data out of stranded assets and silos of information. It's also designed to do so while maintaining secure by design principles. And finally, its core goal is to shorten that gap between OT and cloud and all the opportunities that cloud offers. So we actually came up with two flavors of plant portal for this, and each addresses a very different use case. So the first is Plant Portal Solo, and this is for geographically distributed assets that have no existing network infrastructure. So this might be things like wind farms, as you can see on the screen here, but equally this could be things like wastewater treatment plants that are generally separated from the main sites and don't always necessarily have the existing network infrastructure to facilitate a cloud connection. The second flavor is Plant Portal Connect, and this is more for where you have an existing network infrastructure or you have an existing preferred method of getting to the cloud that we can leverage and hook into, but we can bring in data from devices that maybe aren't on that network or previously weren't able to be sent that way. So before we touch on components, it's important to note that Plant Portal is designed to be a concept. We do offer the pieces of equipment, but equally, where we've provided certain vendor firewalls or certain vendor IPCs, feel free to swap those out with your own preferred ones. Maybe you've got a particular set of firewalls in situ that you prefer to stick with a single vendor for. That is absolutely fine. It's designed more to give our system integrators and engineering partners the tools to build these panels that make that connection to the cloud very easy and very secure, but not necessarily being beholden to a particular rigid design as opposed to a design concept that implements good practice. That being said, for our particular box, on the bottom here, we have a Hirschman Eagle 40 firewall. So this is a next generation firewall that offers a multitude of different features, including deep packet inspection. On the top, we have an Hirschman OWL 4G router. So this allows us to provide a 4G connection for publishing that data where we don't have an existing Wi-Fi or Ethernet network to do so. But additionally, this 4G router has built-in firewalling capabilities. So effectively, between the OWL and the Eagle, we are creating a condensed demilitarized zone without necessarily implementing all the complexity that could come from doing this in the standard approach. And then in the middle of the DMZ, we have a Advantech IPC, and this is running our preferred choice of Aviva Edge. So this is our Edge gateway, and the reason why we chose Aviva Edge is because it is a edge-focused, cost-effective, and very much built to be deployed, portable, and scalable. And the main features of it is that it has 250 plus built-in drivers for a variety of different devices and protocols, including OPC UA, MQTT, and SNMP, which will come up shortly. So we're using Aviva Edge here. We can bring in that data, aggregate it, do any calculations that need to be done at the edge level, and then publish that data up securely through the Aviva Insight Publisher, which is built in. So what we've got with this architecture here is we can actually implement zones of privilege here. So we can see that we've got the red zone, which is the zone of least trust, because that is our connection to the wider internet. We've got our amber zone here with our DMZ, which has slightly more privilege and more trust. And then we have our OT layer. This is where the actual data is coming from. and that is the zone of most privilege. But because of the way this works and because of the way the Aviva Insight Publisher works, we can actually use this to implement a very robust but equally very simple set of firewall rules. That is, we have the IIoT protocol of choice connecting to from the OT network or the devices or the assets into Edge. Now, the reason this is a double-sided arrow is because depending on the protocol that you're using, some may facilitate the actual asset pushing the data, some may facilitate Edge going and requesting it. So this could be, in theory, one directional either way. It depends on the protocol that we're using. And then we have our rule set up so that we only allow HTTPS up out of the DMZ and through into the 4G router, because this is the only protocol that Insight uses to publish. Equally, we can then use this to lock off connections. So we can set all ports coming in to be blocked because we have no need for them. This is a single direction connection, so we have no need for that. And of course, then we can also implement all ports down through being blocked as well. So we've got, like I say, a very secure set of firewall rules, but very simple at the same time. These are the components in question, and the main one that we haven't been over here, these are our power supplies. So these are dual redundant PSUs, and so in the model that we've actually built, we're using these. And these are SNMP capable. So we can use this to actually bring that SNMP information into Edge. Once we've got it in Edge, we can use that to alert within Insight. So if one of these power supplies goes down at a remote site, we can get an alert automated through Insight to send someone to go and check on it, send a maintenance engineer to go and fix it, without having to necessarily make the trip to site first to see what the problem is. So once we come up with the concept, we actually managed to enlist the help of our partner system integrator, Platinum Engineering, and they actually helped us build the panel and bring it to life. So we've got a video here of the actual panel at our offices in Cheadle. You can see here that we're opening up the panel and looking at the various contents that we've been over inside. You can see it's all very nicely wired, making sure we're adhering to the strict safety protocols of building panels. We've got our 4G router, our Hirschman Eagle 40 firewall, and our IPC. And you can see here that what I'll do is I will turn off one of these power supplies. So you can see that the light on the right power supply has gone off, but everything is still running because we're running them in parallel. So, really delighted to show you the Plant Portal concept. Really hope that you can take it, adapt it, and leverage it to bring benefits to yourself, your enterprise, or for system integrators and engineering partners to bring benefits to your customers and really help them get that first step into their cloud journey. Thank you for watching.